Good evening, TryCraft fans, and welcome to episode 4 of our adventures on TryCraft with me, Akoto Kusamoto. It's nice to see you all here. Thank you so much for coming along on another episode, and we've had a big week. We've had a lot of things happening, not the smallest of those being this. Look at that. We've got our own Elytra. Of course, we named it Ziggy Stardust because David Bowie is amazing. My other one's named Major Tom, so those of you who get that reference, let me know down in the comments. But we have a big day today. If you notice, there are things that are missing from our Tri-Town home, where this is gone, and this is now no longer has a huge barrel on it. That barrel's gone. The anvil is gone. The loom is gone. It looks much cleaner and much nicer and much emptier. And the reason that it looks emptier is because today is moving day. That's right. We are finally moving everything that we own over to our little house in the tundra. Oh, I'm out of coal in there. Well, that's not good. Hang on. We can fix that problem real fast. We are finally moving to our home in the tundra. We are moving away from Tri-Town, it makes me kind of sad because I've gotten very kind of attached to this place. I know I've only been here for like 3.5 episodes, but I've gotten really attached to this particular place. I really like this build. I really think it's a really cool, really unique, really fun kind of build, and I especially like my little thing here. And of course, that over there, the bridge and the grinder that we made, I'm very attached to all of those things. And I'm kind of sad to leave it all behind. But while I'm sad to leave it behind, I am very excited about the place we are moving to, which you saw in my last episode, which is that tundra that we found with the flower forest, like literally right next door, which is really, really neat. So I'm really looking forward to that. But we have everything packed up. We're just waiting for this last little bits of gold to smelt over here, and there it goes. So we have all of our things packed up and ready to go, thanks to a whole bunch of Shoko boxes. Yeah, Mama and I did an end raid on Saturday. I live streamed it, so if you didn't catch that, we'll probably be doing more things like that in the future. So if you just want to go over to my Twitch channel and hit the follow button, that'd be awesome. It's twitch.tv/Akoto Kusamoto. So basically, I'm Akoto Kusamoto everywhere you go. If you find Akoto Kusamoto, you've probably found me. So definitely go over there and give that a follow while you're at it, because we will be doing more live streams from there in the future on the TryCraft server. But we're going to be moving today. I missed my donkey. We're going to be moving today, and there's a number of things that we've actually got to get done in this episode. So let's actually go to our book. We still have the book on us, so if we go over to our book here, we can take a look. And that's episode 2, 3. There we go. Moving day is today. So we're going to be moving everything over. We're not going to actually start working on the build, because I'm going to explain that in just a minute here as far as what we're doing, because I was thinking about a castle, but one of my followers over on Twitch, Thelanius, who's been around forever, he was actually one of the founders of my channel, pointed out that castles are kind of overdone in Minecraft, and I've never done one personally, but there's so many different castles that you can find in Minecraft that they're just kind of, it's almost like they're cliche, I mean, and everyone and their brother has built a castle. And the thing is that no matter how good a castle I built, it would never match up to some of these castles that I see on Google and Twitter and other places. And people like B-Double-O, who in Hermitcraft Season 6 made a castle out of diorite, out of the ugliest block in Minecraft, and somehow made it look amazing. So I can never do that. But what I can do is I can actually embrace my futuristic side and do a futuristic build, which is something else that I talked about doing on this channel. And that's what we're going to actually do, is we're going to do a futuristic build, but we're going to do it in an interesting way. Come with me over to the tundra and let me show you what I'm talking about. And here we are at the Tundra Island. As you can see in the background, we've actually done a little bit of work on this, and we have a parrot. I visited a jungle biome and we got a parrot. He's so cool. We're going to have to name him, and I know exactly what we're going to name him, too. But as you can see, we're actually getting everything put together for our finalized base. So we basically got the outline of our automated sorted storage system. We're ready to go here. All we got to do is just basically hook up the redstone to it and get all of these chests filled with stuff. So we've got a 3-tier system. If you notice back here, there's our hoppers going into this. So hopper, 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 goes down, goes over. So fairly typical standard kind of sorting system here, with then chests above here for specialized bits of cobblestone, of stone, granite, slabs and mossy variants and things like that. So nothing huge, nothing amazing, but definitely is going to be the cornerstone of our new base. And what we're going to do is we're going to have water elevators. They're going to be running down right about here or so, so they'll go up and down into our base. What is our base going to be, I hear you ask? Well, that is where part 2 of this actually comes in, if that'll actually stay there. There we go. Because part 2 of this is describing what we're going to do here. So we've already kind of nixed the castle idea because it's just so overdone and so many people have done it before. What we're actually going to do is something that's called a Hive City. Now, those of you familiar with Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer 40K, are going to recognize that term, because in Warhammer 40K, which is a kind of a science fiction miniatures game made by Games Workshop, so many of you in the UK probably know what this is. It's a combat game. So basically a combat simulation game set in the far future in the 41st millennium. And it basically puts the grim in grim dark. Okay? In the tagline for the game is, in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. So the game itself is very dark, but it's a very fun game to play. It's a very cool idea, and I highly recommend, if you like just kind of schlock science fiction, it's a lot of fun, actually. It's fun to play, and it's fun to read about, because there's a lot of lore about the game out there. Oh, the parrot keeps talking. It keeps acting like he's a creeper. There must be creepers around here. But it's a very dark game. It's basically humanity on the edge of extinction by their own doing kind of thing. So it's not light and happy and airy like you've got here in Minecraft. It's a very dark kind of thing. But if you think about it, and if you watch things like the Game Theorists, Minecraft isn't the brightest and happiest of places either. Because if you go watch the Game Theorists episodes on their idea of Minecraft lore, it's a kind of a dark lore behind this game that they've come up with, and a lore that I actually happen to subscribe to. But we're not going to make it like dark and depressing, is the thing. So the Hive City idea is, and I'm probably going to put some pictures up on the screen here for you to show you. The Hive City is basically the types of places that humanity lives in the 41st century. They are cities that literally go almost into the exosphere of a planet, that are miles tall and sometimes can hold billions of people. Like the small ones, mind you, hold 3 million people. The larger ones hold much more than that. And it's a very clustered. Imagine Tokyo intensified, and that's basically what you've got with the Hive cities. And that's what we're actually going to build. Is we're going to build a Hive City here in our tundra area. So it's going to be very similar to the Hive cities that you find in the lore in Warhammer 40K, with a couple of exceptions. The major exception being it's not going to be miles tall. Obviously, we can only go to the build limit, which is 256 blocks, but we can go lower than that, and we are going to go lower than that. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to have an area that's basically going to be dug out underneath this island, little paradise that we've got here on our tundra, that's going to have all of our farms, and it's going to have all our industrial stuff. The layer above that's going to be storage, and then maybe the layer above that will be villager areas. We'll actually have like little houses built inside the structure that look like little streets with almost like fluorescent UV lighting to make it look like it's outside, but when it's really inside. So we'll have that with some villagers we'll import from somewhere. And then we'll have our living quarters at the very top of the spire, which is where, in the lore of Warhammer 40K, the planetary governors would actually live. They would live on top of these spires and on the very top of these hive cities. And then the Legion Astartes and a bunch of other people would have other areas that they would actually live in as well, including the Legio Custodes, the Emperor's Custodians, the Divine, the Church of the God Emperor, and so on and so forth. So we'll have all of that inside of our Hive City in one way, shape, or form. I'll probably even do some pixel art to do like banners on the wall of the Imperial Aquila and things like that. Fascinating. There's so much lore in this game. There's so much of interest to the game too. It's such a rich lore environment. If you want to learn more about it, I highly recommend going to the link that I'm going to have in the description to one particular channel that I've been watching for a while, and that's Luton09. He does a lot of really great lore on Warhammer 40K just in general, but also he hits specifics as well. And the video that I'm linking you actually talks about hive cities and humanity's place in the 41st millennia and how most normal people live. So it's very, very interesting. I highly recommend going over and checking out his channel after you get done with this video, of course. But yes, go watch that video and it'll sort of give you an idea of what we're talking about building here. And what we're talking about building is going to be pretty big, because this is going to be our main entrance to our base, is going to be our nether portal. Basically what we're going to do is we are going to have a piston door behind it that's going to be... Here, let me grab some dirt and I'll show you. So basically we're going to have a piston door behind this that's going to be a 2x3 piston door, sort of like that. So people are going to come out of the nether this way. They're going to go, oh, well, where's his base at? And they're going to turn around, and they're going to see this gargantuan thing that just goes up in the air, and they're going to see basically like a little button here on the other side, because we'll basically have stuff around this way. Oh, hi there, buddy. So we'll basically have stuff around the portal, and then have the portal be like a sort of little corridor that will go into the main level of our Hive City. Now, the Hive City itself, I'm thinking, is going to be... It's going to be big. And the thing is that with the Hive Cities, if you look at them in those pictures, they're very asymmetrical. They sort of are just like pile a bunch of buildings together and you've got a Hive City, is really how they're kind of built. So it's going to go out from there, probably around here, and then all the way over there to that other island, and then all the way over there back to where we start at. And that's going to be the main level, where you've got the storage, and you've got, you know, maybe some other minor kind of stuff over here. Mostly probably storage, but we'll put some other decoration and things in there as well. And then the sub-levels are where you're going to have your industrial machinery. You're going to have your farms. You're going to have your bamboo farm. You're going to have your cactus farm. You'll have the melon and pumpkin farm, the sugarcane farm, all the various different types of farms that I want to build. I hear a zombie. Is he underneath? He must be underneath. Oh, that's the pigman. Okay. But you're going to have all the farms on the sub-level, because that's what the sub-levels are actually for in the Warhammer 40k universe, is where they keep all the industrial machinery and everything. And then they actually have... one of the coolest parts of these Hive Cities is they have a geothermal power source that I'm going to replicate by having lava going from up there down here in sort of a glass tube that's going to get wider and wider as you go down. So it's just going to be this giant lava pool, basically, that's going to be the geothermal power supply of the base, which is going to be awesome. I just have to go get a whole bunch of lava from the nether. It's going to be a lot of buckets. So that's going to be going in there. So we're going to build this layer by layer. So we're going to start with probably the farming level. So I'm going to figure out how deep that needs to go. And we're going to have that underneath. So we'll start with the farming level first, and then we'll go move up to the storage level here with some other various little bits and pieces. And then we'll go up to the main living areas, which is going to be like 30, 40 floors. And then we'll get into the top spires where you've got the Church of the God Emperor, and at the very top, you're going to have our living quarters up there. And then, like I said, we'll have it so that we basically got a water elevator that will go from the top of the spire all the way down to about here, and then up all the way to about here. So I'll be able to go up and down the particular those particular elevators to get to where my bed and everything is. So it won't be like I'm living 4,000 blocks away from storage or anything. I can just take the elevator straight down here and basically pop out, access my storage, access my crafting benches and everything. That's what we'll do. We'll do like we also have to do like workshops. So this will be storage and workshops. So we'll have like, you know, the loom over here, and then we'll have, you know, crafting benches. We might have the smithing tables and stuff over here. Yeah, the Fletchers. We'll have basically all of the various different pieces of the villager professions all on this level, and maybe even import villagers to work in those, as well as live in the main living areas that are above that. So I think it's going to look absolutely amazing when we get done with it. And it's just a matter of figuring out my block palette and what we're going to do with that, how we're going to build it. I'm thinking, I mean, you obviously, when you're talking grimdark, you're obviously talking about a very dark, kind of moody block palette. So stone bricks, mossy stone, cracked stone bricks, those come to mind. Possibly smooth stone, maybe, but that's almost even too bright for that. Maybe some with a little bit of prismarine thrown in, or dark prismarine, that would actually work. But also nether bricks. I think nether bricks would actually look really good in this build, and bits and pieces too. So it's not going to be just one block palette. We're going to mix and match sort of block palettes, because the Hive cities in Warhammer 40k are these things that are actually built over the course of eons. They just are cities that are being built on and built on and built on and built on as time goes on. So it's not going to be... Well, that guy just spawned. What a terrible place for you to spawn, buddy. So it's not going to be like like a standard... Oh, that still hurts me. Well, that sucked. I'll take him out, thank you very much. And we got an arrow of slowness. Hooray. So it's not going to be like one standard block palette for this, because that's not how they're built. So probably what we'll do is for the main level and the sub-levels, we'll have one block palette, and then for the living areas, we'll have another block palette, probably the nether brick, and then as we get higher and higher, the blocks will start getting brighter and more vibrant, because that's just how the class system works in the 40k universe, is that you have the brighter stuff, the more new stuff at the top is where the super rich, the aristocrats, the members of the Council of Terra, all those guys live. So that's probably what we'll do, is we'll have different block palettes, but we'll try and sort of blend them together as it goes up, which is going to be difficult, I admit, but I definitely want to give it a shot. So I think this is going to be amazing when we get it built, and I cannot wait for that. But before we get to that, we need to figure out resources. So we need to actually go through all of these shulker boxes here and basically put all of our toys away. So we've got to figure out where everything goes over there in our storage system. And then we can move on with the next thing we want to do in this particular episode, which is our patron and subscriber haul. So let me get all this stuff put away, and then we will meet you back over at Spawn at the Ziggurat. The pyramid, whatever you want to call it. I call it a ziggurat. Mama calls it a pyramid. I mean, tomato, potato. Let's just forget the whole thing. But I'll meet you back over there as soon as we get all this stuff put away, and we will look at our patron area and see what we want to do. All right, we've made some progress on the base area here, and by the way, I didn't get a chance to actually record it because of real-life time constraints and things that were going on. But we actually, myself, Mama, and Gabi raided an ocean monument, and we raided it Impulse SV style, which means we walked in invisibly and just killed everything, which was awesome. So much better than bringing doors and water-breathing potions and all that other jazz. But yeah, we just wandered in, killed everything, and then left it to Gabi for him to actually go ahead and clear everything out. So if you didn't get a chance to actually see that yet, Gabi should have a video coming up shortly that will actually have his Ocean Monument raid on it, and it's just all three of us going in and dying a couple of times. I think I died twice, and Mama died once. it was kind of ridiculous, but we got it taken care of, so definitely go take a look at that. And we have made some progress on the base over here. Notice I've got sort of a farm put together. This is very temporary. This is just to get some resources. Don't you dare eat my carrots, you rotten little... Okay. We may have to actually catch that rabbit at some point. But we've made some progress. Don't worry, by the way, this isn't the only wood that's probably going to be in this build, and it's exposed right now. But it'll be covered up a little bit later. So this is going to go up to our bed and house and everything when it'll all said and done. And so there'll be basically a way in over here. We'll have it as a water stream. We're only going to do a single water stream, I decided. So we're going to do like the Hermitcraft style elevator where we've got the block swapper between soul sand and magma. I've just got to figure out timings and figure out how tall this thing is going to be before then, which I don't know yet. That's going to be something we'll have to determine. But I wanted to make this look like sort of an Ultramarine style Astartes arming chamber, which is why we've got the mix of like wood, and then we've got the iron and the end rods up there showing light. And if you look at our light levels are 10, 11, 12, 9. So we're well above what we need here. And then, of course, we're going to have the same kind of lighting going down this direction, too, in our storage area. So our lighting's fine. And then, of course, we've got barrels for, like, random stuff that I didn't really think we needed an actual bulk storage system for. So we've got, like, you know, sticks and wooden stuff. We've got flowers, we've got dyes, we've got random blocks, which, once again, we just don't have enough for, like terracotta. I'm probably not going to use a lot of in this build. Snow is just something I'll have extra running around. Mushroom stems, coral, random stuff there. And then over here we've got wool, which I'll never probably have enough of to actually have its own little thing because I'm not a big fan of wool farms. Prismarine, which we'll use probably sparingly as well. End stuff, which I don't really like, purpur and stuff. The chorus fruit we're going to need a little bit more room for, but we're going to have a farm for it in and of itself. So, because we're going to go get some end stone and get some more chorus flowers. So we are going to have a chorus flower and chorus fruit farm because we need that to make more end rods, which we're totally going to do. And we also need to put together a blaze farm too at some point. So we've got bulk storage for all the stuff that you would normally have bulk storage for all the stones and dirt and woods and stuff like that. And then we have just sort of manual storage for the one-off kind of stuff that we're really not going to use a whole lot of. And this is our input and this is our output for our storage. I'm not using water streams because of server lag, so I'm going to put furnaces on top of all these once I get all of the hoppers put in to cut down on server-side lag. But we're not going to use water streams other than the item elevator. So the item elevator will be a dispenser. It'll be the Pixel Rift style redstone clock once we get it put in over here. So we'll have the redstone clock there. It'll go up into a water stream. That'll go into the hopper up here. And then all of this is going to be covered over probably with brick, because I've decided that for at least the bottom level, the farming, or excuse me, the storage and the shop level. Now, when I say shop, basically what we're going to do here is this is going to be like a big sort of crooked circle that we're going to have. And all of our shops in here are actually going to be for all of this stuff. So we're going to have an enchanting room. We're going to have the stonemason's room. We'll have a couple of different types of super smelters. So we'll have a miniature smoker smelter. We'll have a miniature blast furnace smelter. So it'll just be 2 of each in there. And then we'll have an actual auto furnace, like a super auto furnace over here, like probably 8 furnaces. I just got to find a good design for it, because the design I was using in my single-player world, while cool, is a little old, and the mechanics have changed enough that it doesn't work 100% of the time. So probably what we'll do is we'll look at different styles for that. Maybe I'll check out and see what Avamance or Waddles or Pixel Rifts has going. I'm definitely not using the El Mango design, because once again, I'm not going to have 100 furnaces. Although I could. I've got enough room for it. No, I don't need 100 furnaces ever. So there's zero reason for that. But we're going to have all these little shops down here. They're going to be like part of the main floor, where you've got the arming chamber and the storage over here. Then you'll have like a stonemason over here. You'll have the food vendor. You'll have the map guy over there. You'll have a bunch of different stuff. And I actually, going to the end, I went and sort of grinded at the Ender for a bit, and I picked up, not in that box, I think it's in this box. Is it this box? No, it's not this box. What box? Oh, did I just put it in here? I just put it in here. I got these. So what we're going to do with these is actually something really, really cool, because down in the bottom level, we're going to have our industrial area, our sort of our farming area. We'll have our geothermal heat exchanger, which is lava, basically, behind glass. But we're going to have the Mechanicum Tech Priests working down there. And the Mechanicum Tech Priests are going to be something a little like this. Let me see if I can put them together here, and I'll show you sort of a proto version I've got in my head. So something like that, although I may end up using armor stands or something like that. So I knew these brown banners would come in handy. So basically we're trying to give them sort of the robes, and the head is just perfect for Mechanicum Tech Priests. When I think Mechanicum, that's kind of what I think of, is like, I wish I could put a hood over it. Or armor on it. That would be interesting too. But we'll play around with armor stands too, just to see how I can make it look good. So yeah, down in the sub-levels here, where we've got all the mechanical stuff, is where the tech priests are going to be. And we'll probably do it, I mean, something like this, but I'll work on it a little bit to see if I can come up with sort of a better idea. Oh, those float. Really? Oh, servo skulls. We could do that with them too. That'd be fun. Well, we'll play with it. We'll play with it and see what we can do. But yeah, those guys are going to be sort of like floating around. Oh, once you knock it off, that's interesting. Very interesting. So yeah, so we'll play around with the idea and see what we can do. But those guys are going to be sort of roaming around down there. Maybe on item frames, because then I can put them in mine carts and have them just sort of like wander around back and forth. That would be kind of cool. So we're definitely going to play with that. But yeah, this is all, for all intents and purposes, done. We just need to add in the rest of the hoppers, the redstone clock, the dispenser elevator, the dogs, no, life with dogs, and then the rest of the hopper line here, because you can see that's going into the output down there for any kind of overflow issues that we have, and then we'll have the rest of it going along here, and then along this direction, and we'll put top on it here, and probably what we'll do is the same type of lighting we've got over there. Whoa, it just fell off. Same type of lighting we've got over there, in the, like, from here, here, and here, and then we'll just have these hoppers going across that way, and have a sort of a break there, maybe stairs or something. So I think it's gonna I think it looks really good right now, especially like this little pattern here. I really like this. I love the lighting behind the iron trapdoors to have it make it look like this retro industrial look. And, of course, as an arming chamber, we've got armor on the sides here. I'm thinking about putting, like, a little bench along here, and then we'll hang weapons somewhere. I'm not entirely... Those are footsteps. Is that a creeper? No, it's that rabbit again. Oh, my goodness. Rabbit! We're going to have to do something with him. In fact, you know what? Let's do something with him right now. There. Problem solved. We now have 2 rabbits. We have Malkador and Dorn. Because, you know, Warhammer 40k references. Laugh! Let's actually feed them and get a new rabbit. We have a new rabbit. Yay! New rabbit! That's really kind of disturbing thinking about Malkador and Dorn. You know what? I'm not even going to go there. We're just going to go this way. Now we have a new rabbit. Yay, us. I don't know exactly what we're going to do. Maybe we should start a rabbit farm. That would be interesting. I haven't tried one of those in a while because they're the most irritating thing on Earth. But you know what? Maybe we'll give it a shot. Let's put some stuff away here real fast. Speaking of things we have named, we now have a parrot. And his name is Hercule Parrot. Because I can't not do that. If you get a parrot in Minecraft and you don't name it Hercule Parrot, that means you are uncultured. And you should go back and read some more. Last thing I want to show you, though, is... So this is kind of the idea of how we're going to do this first level, at least. So this is going to go in, come down a little bit, and you're going to have the first level. It's going to be done mostly in stone bricks, mossy stone, probably some cracked stone in there, too, with some mossy stone stairs. But if you notice, this is a redstone door. So remember how I said I was going to make this a redstone door last time around? So here's our entrance. This is also going to be stone over as well. So don't pay no attention to all this stuff over here. So you come out of the nether portal this way. You walk out and go, whoa, this doesn't look like much. Where's Kusa's base? And you turn around and you're going to see the giant Hive city going up here and see that this is the way in. But how do you get in? Well, here's this button. Ta-da! Ow! Well, you gotta kind of hurry. So you go in through there. We've got an iron blocks as our door. We might change that to something a little bit different. But then to get out, you just jump up here, activate those, and you come out. So, in. And out. I really like this. Cool door. I mean, it's remarkably simple. This is a very, very easy piston door. So basically all it is a couple of pressure plates here, some redstone dust on the floor going underneath those pressure plates all the way to the other side where the button's going to get activated. Redstone comes up here, redstone torch into a block with a dot of redstone on top of it, and 3 sticky pistons on each side. That's it. That's all it is. It's 6 sticky pistons, 6 blocks of your choice, some redstone, a couple of torches, a couple of pressure plates, and a button. And that's it. That's the entirety of the build. It's very, very easy. And it's just fun to watch. Very easy, very simple, very server friendly. For now, let's actually go back over to spawn. We're going to take a look at our Patreon hall and see what we want to do with that. So let me take a nap and we'll meet you over there. And here we are back at the ziggurat or pyramid or whatever you want to call it. Like I said, Mama calls it a pyramid. I call it a ziggurat. I think either works. But we have, I guess if it's a ziggurat, I'd have more stuff on. Anyway, I'm sorry. So here we have the future site of our patron and or subscriber hall. So we have this amount of room to work with, but much like Mama or Gobspit over there, we can sort of use the space all the way up and down too, if we would like. And I think I'm going to do that. So what I'm thinking is something similar to what Gob's got built over here with the, let's get through the killer door. So he goes down in this area, and he's got all this area, so it's sort of a miniature version of his base, the glass undersea dome with everything on the sides here. But what I'm thinking is that we're going to go down, but we're not going to go down too terribly far. We're just going to basically make it so that we've got enough room. And we are going to make a bivouac tent. Now, bivouac tent is effectively just a really big tent. That's really all it is. It's just a giant tent that soldiers, armies all across the world use for temporary housing while they're on maneuvers somewhere or if they're in time of war. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go down a touch here, and we're going to make a big bivouac tent that has bunks in it. So the bunks are going to go basically probably from here all the way back at this direction. So we're going to have plenty of bunks for people who are both patrons and subscribers to the channel. In fact, we might do it so that it goes this direction. I'm not sure. We kind of got a square area here, so it's going to be interesting trying to figure this out. So we're going to make a big green bivouac tent, like dark green wool, good old-fashioned wool, to make a tent out of, with a dirt floor, and then we'll put bunks in everywhere here. So we probably are going to need some wool. I'm going to have to go over to steal some wool from Mama's place. So we'll put in bunks, and for what I've got planned for my Twitch subscribers. So if you haven't been to one of my Twitch casts yet, and you haven't gone over there, and every time someone follows me, I say, welcome to the army. Here's your entrenching tool and your accordion. And the joke is that Army Logistics gave me 50,000 accordions, and I've got to go hand them out now. So you get one as just part of your standard kit. Have fun, play your accordion. But you also get an entrenching tool, which in Minecraft we have, and they're called shovels. So for my Twitch subscribers, since there's 3 levels of Twitch subscriber, we're going to have iron, gold, and diamond shovels. So if you're a tier 1 subscriber, you get a diamond shovel with your name in it on your bunk. If you are a tier 2 subscriber, you get gold. If you're tier 3, you get diamond. And for patrons, as soon as I have my Patreon up, for patrons, we'll probably do armor stands for the patrons. So, and we might do armor stands for the subscribers too. So we'll do like an armor stand and a shovel. Maybe for the patrons, we can do like a armor stand and like an accordion, which the only thing close to accordions that you have in Minecraft are note blocks, basically. So we'll do named note blocks. So here's your accordion for the patrons, and here's your shovel for the Twitch subscribers. And then, of course, in the back here, we're going to have like the commander's office, where I will have 4 armor stands for 4 of the people that I consider to be my mentors and my inspiration as far as streaming and content creation goes. So you know how Mama has Avamanson Frilioth over there, so does Scousy, Avamanson Frilioth. He's got the armor outside and the gold armor, so I'll have that as well. We'll have armor sets for all the people that I consider to be inspirations of mine, or mentors, or however you want to put that. So streamers and creators alike. So we'll definitely have those in there as well. So you have like the commander's office where they're all having sort of a meeting. I want to have so if you go into the commander's office, there'll be like a map table, and I'll put a map up of spawn there. So they'll all be standing around the map, sort of like maybe trying to decide what their next move is or something like that. I think that's a cool idea, and we're definitely going to do that. So that's going to be that area back there. And we'll have Twitch subs over here. We'll have patrons over here. And it's going to look really cool, I think, when we get done with it. So I just got to figure out how I'm doing the tent, because I did an emergency survival tent as one of my micro builds, my micro homes video, but it was a very small tent. So this one's going to have to be bigger, and it's going to look a little bit different. So I just got to figure out how to do that. We are probably going to do that on my live streams this week after my radio show, Far Out, on TryLakesRadio.com. Shameless plug. So from about 7:30 p.m. Eastern until 9 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, more than likely I'll be in here doing this build, although it may not take me that long. But I'm going to need a ton of wool and a ton of green dye, which means I'm going to need to actually get that cactus farm up and running as quickly as humanly possible. So maybe we'll do some farming stuff at the base and try to get some of these farms up and running first, so that I actually have the resources to be able to do this, because we need green dye and we need wool. Luckily, we have a spider farm, so we actually don't need wool now that I come to think of it, because we can just go over to the spider farm and grab the string to make wool out of. So I guess we're good there. But that's going to be it for me from today. I know it was kind of a build-centric kind of episode, but I needed to have that episode to tell you everything about what we're doing with the base before we actually get started with it, just so you had some context for what we were doing, because I could say, we're building a Hive city from this game. What game? So we had to do that just first to get that out of the way, get some context in, and go over the kind of builds that we were doing, plus a little bit of other stuff that we were talking about as well, and looking at the way we were putting everything together. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please leave a like on your way out the door. Just gently caress the like button. You don't have to smash it. Don't smash the like button. You might break it. So just gently caress the like button if you did like the episode. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, because the more people I have, the more fun I have, the more I enjoy what I'm doing, and the more fun I think all of us have. So definitely do that. And by all means, head over to my Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Akoto Kusumoto. In fact, I'm Akoto Kusumoto pretty much everywhere. Twitter, Twitch. If you find Akoto Kusumoto, you've probably found me. So definitely do that as well. Throw me a follow on there. Hang out for our live streams. Come visit our content. Click the notification bell if you indeed want to be notified when I have new episodes that go live. And by all means, you can feel free to go join the TryCraft Discord. If you just go to the Discover New Servers section of Discord, type in TryCraft, it should take you right over there. And you can check out me and Gabi and Scousy and Mama and everyone else who's going to be on the TryCraft server in the future. Depending on who that is, I don't know. But you can definitely check out our videos as well. We upload probably about 2 videos per person per week on average, give or take. So lots of content for you to take a look at. Definitely do that. But whatever you do tonight, make sure you go out tonight, play some games, have some fun. I'll see you all again real soon. Have a good night, everybody.